Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show. I'm your host, Dominic Konoweski. We have NASCAR SK Light driver Josh Carey on. Josh, how are you doing? And welcome to the New York Sports Show.
Yeah, how's it going, man? Pretty good. I'm doing good. It's just off season, just plugging along here, and I'm happy to be on the show, talk about this coming year.
Yeah, thank you for being on. It's an honor to have Josh Carey on. Now, you just mentioned the off season. What are your goals during this off season?
Yeah, my goals this off season, been doing a lot this year. It was a big last year, and been doing a lot to prepare for this coming year because it's going to be even bigger. So my off season goals, just collect myself after that big wreck at Stafford I have when I went over the wall. It took a lot of money to get the car back together. We missed the last two races, and sometimes it's hard when you keep wrecking. You get down on yourself after a big wreck like that because it took us. We got top 18, so at least we're in the handicap for next year. But you get down on yourself after a big wreck like that. So just trying to collect ourselves and get some confidence going into this coming year, and just been spending a lot of time getting the car ready, taking it all apart, fixing everything, getting all back together. It's over at Chesty Pro Shop right now. So off season, yeah, it's been busy, and we still have a lot more to do.
Yeah, that's good though. Keeping busy, and I was actually at Stafford when that happened. When you went over the wall, very scary whack. Happy to see that you were okay from that. Now, could you take us through that wreck and just what happened there?
Yeah, man, it was a pretty crazy wreck. So yeah, it was 10 laps in of a 20-lap feature, and I just got into ninth, and I got behind Alexander Pearl. He was making an aggressive move to the outside, so I decided to follow him down the backstretch, and just to my luck, he blew his motor right in front of me, and all the oil and antifreeze went on the track, and it was like ice, and Peter Bennett, who was below me, clipped me and turned me around, and I went up through it, and it turned me backwards, and I thought I was just going to hit the wall and bounce back off of it, but I clipped Alexander Pearl's right side Nerf bar with my rear bumper, and it shot me directly right on the guardrail, and I just held on for the ride, grinded the rail backwards, and my rear bumper actually wrapped around the billboard post, so it saved me from going over the wall. Good thing it just propped me up on the wall, so it could have been a lot worse, but I walked away with no injuries, just sore back, and been fine.
Yeah, that's very good to hear that there's no injuries. Of course, sore back still sucks, but we're very happy that at the end of the day, though, you were okay. Now, with that said, going into 2021, 2020, that was your rookie season in the SK Light division at Stafford. What are your goals for the 2021 racing season?
Yeah, so it was my rookie season at SK Lights last year in 2020. I came from Monadnock in New Hampshire racing street stock, so it was a big jump last year for my rookie season, and I learned a lot, but I'm taking that into this coming year with a lot of confidence because last year, the first two races, I didn't qualify, so my goals for this year are a lot higher, to do a lot better in SK Lights at Stafford is my main goal. And I want to end up by the end of the season getting top 10 in points and getting that win at Stafford. It's super hard to do it, and I want to get it. I almost had it done last year. Got some other goals for 2021 that haven't really been announced yet, but mainly just trying to focus on the SK Light, Stafford, run a couple at Thompson. Probably not all the shows with the SK Light at Thompson, but gonna run for points at Stafford and hope for a good year.
Yeah, hopefully a good year does happen. Now, like you said, you came from Monadnock. What's the difference from racing there and Stafford? I know street stocks and SK Lights are two totally different things, but do you feel that there's any difference track-wise?
Yeah, totally. So, quarter-mile track, it's tight and short, straightaways, tight corner, especially the high banks of Monadnock. That's a tough track. Same with Stafford. Both corners are completely different. You have to drive them a lot different, but the biggest difference with Stafford is it's a lot faster. It's a half-mile flat track, and it's not banked. And you have a lot more momentum in those corners that you can't lean on in the corners. So the flat track's a lot harder to drive. Cars push up a lot, and just makes for some good racing with the flat track and the high speeds.
That's good. Everyone loves good racing. Now, going back to what you said at Thompson, you actually won at Thompson. What do you have to say about that? Of course, winning always a great feeling. How do you feel?
Yeah, it was a little chip off the shoulder. I'm not going to get too cocky with the win because there was only 4 or 5 drivers. It was a rained out Wednesday show that ended up being a Thursday, and I did very well. We went there, we won the qualifying, started on the pole, led every lap, and won it. So it was a clean weekend, but there was a lot to take away from it because just running a clean race with Buddy Charette behind me, he's going to be racing the Tormod down New Smyrna. So to be able to go Thompson and beat him where he's a famed late model driver there was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. Once again, congratulations on that win. Now, we've seen a lot of drivers have a meaning behind their car number. Your car number being number 69. Is there any meaning behind that?
Not personally for me. My dad grew up, he's from Mass. He grew up racing Monadnock in the strictly stocks and pro stocks, and I think he just thought it was funny back in the day when he had to pick a number. He ran number 3 in the strictly stock and brought that to the pro stock. But when he got his own car, he put number 69 on it. I think he just thought it was funny. But when I grew up racing dirt bikes, I had to run number 69 because he owned them. So once I got up to the cars, it was just a given that I had to run the number 69. And I thought it was funny at first, but it's a high number, so usually those aren't as lucky. But 69, it looks good with the right font and with the chrome number.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah, I gotta say, very cool number font, very cool paint scheme overall on your SK Light. I think it's one of the best looking SK Lights on the grid at Stafford. What made you come up with that kind of paint scheme?
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? It was the first wrap that I was doing, the first vinyl wrap with the street stock and the pure stock that I started, and you just paint them, put some stickers on it. But the first vinyl wrap, I wanted it to look good and stand out on the track, so I put the chrome number, which is a Chassis Pro thing, so my teammate Derek Davis had it too. But big chrome number and that teal to match the chassis on the white body, I thought it just looked good. And Tom Abell down at 32 Signs in Plainville, Connecticut, did a great job, and he wrapped it when we put it all back together. It looked fantastic.
It really does look fantastic. Like I said, one of the best looking paint schemes on the grid. Now, you did a total of 10 races in SK Lights this past season at Stafford. Do you feel like you've gotten any rivals, or was there really any driver that you really felt like you had to compete against or beat?
No, I'm not gonna really say any rivals. Didn't really get into it with too many drivers. I had my things here and there, but the only kids that me and Derek Davis, the Chassis Pro kids, have a problem with are those Chapman kids. Steven's fast, but Tyler, he holds us up sometimes middle of the pack. They don't race dirty. They're just tough sometimes. It's more about the friends and buddies I've made at the track last year. It was my first year at Stafford, so just getting to make relationships with everyone and friends that I race with in SK Lights, like JP, Justin Pulio, and Alexander Pearl I know from Monadnock, and Andrew Leff's a pretty good guy. Todd Doulard's a close friend of mine. I race street bikes with him, not race, just ride. And then there's the whole Chassis Pro team, you know what I mean? There's Derek Davis, we had Norm Sears, and Chris Matthews last year, all had Chassis Pro cars. And now Bob Charland also bought a Chassis Pro that he's going to be running SK Light. So it's not about rivals really. It's about the friends you make while you're at the track and having fun throughout the season.
Yeah, that's very good to hear. You know, friendship is key, especially in racing. I love to hear that. Now, final question. We've seen a lot of concerns because of the coronavirus. Of course, everyone knows it really halted the start of the season, especially for Stafford. A lot of races cut down. Are you and your team concerned about a season suddenly or possibly being no season at all? You guys kind of taking it safe?
Yeah, no, we're just playing it safe right now. You know what I mean? You never know with the coronavirus. Like last year, it was a late start. The SK Lights only had, I think, 12 or 14 events, so it wasn't a full season. You know what I mean? There's no concerns with me. You know what I mean? I'm just going with the normal off season, just getting the car all ready and getting everything ready to just get to the track for first day. And you just take it week by week because you never know if next week's going to get canceled. You don't know if there's going to be no fans. So with all that, with the COVID, it makes it tough. But then when you get to the track, you know, I mean, you got your own concerns. When I moved up to the
Well,
when I moved up to the SK Lights, I didn't qualify my first two events. So you know, you have your own concerns against the track being fast. You know, you got to execute. You got to be focused when you get to the track. And when there's so many distractions outside the track.
Yeah, of course, a lot going on with the coronavirus. Is there anything else you would like to say to the people watching this video?
Yeah, there's 2021 is going to be a big year. I'm happy to announce that we're going to be running the Thompson Icebreaker 125 in the open modified division with Scott Kimmer's car in the 79. It's Troyer, so I'm going against my Chessie Pro team, but at least I'm not having Keith Rucker set it up.
Yeah, well, thank you for being on, and good luck with that. I'd love to have you on again before that event. Folks, once again, this is SK Light driver Josh Carey on. Josh, thank you for being on the New York Sports Show.
Yeah, man, thank you. I was happy to be on.